midweek or end of week, wherever you find it. It's always time to go wild. Well, it might not be the usual little roundup, but it's roundtable time on the Time to Go Wild Radio podcast. Of course, we're available via YouTube and Podbean. You can also catch everything Time to Go Wild Radio via Twitter and Facebook.com/TTGW Radio. Drop us text 07849767755 or email radio@widneswild.co.uk. It's been a bit of a while since we had the last one of these roundtables, and this week, well, bit of a busy one. So without further ado, let's get into it. It's Time to Go Wild podcast roundtable time. So finally back with the Time to Go Wild radio podcast and a roundtable after a couple of months where we've had a few hiccups one way or another, and we've got a bit of a full house tonight. First off, partner in crime is Andy Wycherley. Hi, Andy.
Yeah, snuck back in a couple of months later, but yeah, nice to be back.
So,
good start.
Yeah, good start. You know how professional we are with this. And we've got a triple whammy. We've got player coach Rich Haggar with us, and birthday boy. When is it? Thursday or was it
yesterday?
Yesterday. Oh,
yeah, yesterday.
Oh, we have. We'll call him. Probably, I think he's the longest running consecutive player for the YKK Widnes Wild. It's Ken Armstrong,
the goat of Widnes.
Hi, Ken. And we've got the bank clerk with us tonight. Cheeky chappy himself, our number 56, Tom Stubley. Hiya, Tom.
Evening.
So, it's just
been showing some student rental flats or something.
Just to put you all in the picture, Stubbers is here in nice smart trousers, shirt and tie, and the rest of us are in a sort of normal casual sort of clothes. So,
yeah, well, he is Clark Kent after all.
He's like, yeah, we don't want to know what
dressing up for Ken.
We don't want to know what's underneath his gear on match night now. So, the humour side apart.
Worked from home, but dresses like that. I told you, I only put it on to come here to see you, Ken.
Well, we'll start with first thing. Some thoughts on the weekend we've just had in the last couple of weeks. I mean, it's been a bit of an up and down weekend for the team. We've had some very, very tight results. I mean, 1-goal games are a bitter pill to swallow, but you know, to put a positive spin on it, it's a 1-goal game. So, you know, how has it been reacting sort of in the dressing room for yourself then, Rich?
Yeah, I guess for us it's been a little bit disappointing, especially with them 3 1-goal games that didn't go in our favour, but maybe the Christmas break knocked us off a little bit, off our stride, so to get the win on Sunday was good to get going again, so it's put us back on track, and now we've got to keep going, especially with the rest of the season to go, so disappointing, but we're making a progress, and that's all we can do.
Any thoughts from you, Tom?
Yeah, no, I don't think we've been at our best by any means since the new year. So to still be in 1-goal games, playing arguably not our greatest hockey, then you know we take the positives out of that. And as Richie says, got the win on Sunday, so we can kickstart from here and hopefully pick off from where we left off before Christmas.
I mean, Ken, you've been around a lot of the rivalries, and this year, of course, it's not so much D-side, it's Blackburn. And, of course, we've got a lot of friends and connections with Blackburn, players who play for both teams. And, of course, sometimes it's like a family reunion as well, and we get a lot of old faces reappearing. So, you know, you are very well aware of the connection between Wild and Blackburn Hawks. So, you know, those games must be hard.
Yeah, it's like we all kind of know each other because we've played against each other a lot. Against, like, a lot of their players used to play here. Like, a few D-side lads play there now. I remember on the ice, though.
That's better.
Remember on the ice, it's just like, there's no friendship. Just go for it. You just want to win the game.
Yeah, I like to call them Widnes D2.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it is no love lost between the two teams. But as you say, the nice thing about hockey 99% of the time is what happens on the ice stays on the ice. And I mean, even at the weekend down in Sheffield, it got feisty, but the teams then showed their respect for each other as they were leaving the ice. That is a key thing as well to show to the support base. I mean, it reflected very much so.
Yeah, I think you're right, and but I think that's a testament to how far we've come as a team as well. We're the new boys to this league, and we're pushing teams all the way. Yes, Sheffield are too, but they've brought in a lot of experience from the Steel Dogs and teams around the leagues as well they've got that experience to do so. So for us to come in, put the team that we have together, pushing teams like Sheffield, Solihull, Solway that we've obviously beaten to get to the final. People like that, we've shown what we're capable of, and now we've just got to believe in ourselves, take it forward, and keep going forward with what we've built now. So, and we can only push ourselves further, I guess, going forward.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, the league obviously really tight with 3, 4, 5 teams in the middle, but beating Solway over 2 legs, knocking them out of the cup, I think that's shook the tree, so to speak, quite a lot.
Yeah, but we've also got to keep our feet grounded at the end of the day, because yes, we've beaten them twice. We're only halfway through the season, so we can't get carried away with that. We've still got 20-ish so games to play. We've still got a lot of points to play for, league positions to play for, and the end of season finals, as well as the cup final that's coming up very shortly. So for me, it's about keeping everybody focused and making sure that we do the job week in, week out, not just on the odd occasion of like the Solway results.
I mean, that Solway result was massive. They're the top of the team. They're the top of the shop at the moment. They're running that sort of almost unbeatable streak that most people were expecting. And to get that game, as Andy's just said, really did open a lot of eyes. Everyone knows now anyone can beat anybody in this league. And even now with Nottingham picking up a win after a big hiatus in winning, it's really showing just how competitive this league is, and that nobody now should be taken for granted.
No, you are right, and that's why we've got to stay focused. We've got to make sure week in, week out we turn up and we do what is expected of ourselves individually and as a team. So that's my job, to keep everybody focused and do that thing. So yeah, you are right, and we've got to make sure we keep picking up the points, we keep picking up the results, and we keep progressing the way that we are.
I sort of like back in school, you get your half yearly report card in. What sort of grade would you give us then, in terms of a performance? Would you say it's sort of maybe a C+ or maybe even a B?
I'd ask Stubbs. He looks like the substitute teacher.
Go on then, Stubbers. What would you say in terms of expectations on the season? What would you say that you'd give us a grade as?
Given the expectations, I mean, if you go up to the end of the year, you're probably talking about a B, which is about my grades. B sort of guy. But no, I'd say compared, it's a new league and we didn't really know what to expect, and to be in a cup final and third in the league at the end of the calendar year. I mean, I think anyone would have taken that at the start of the season. But, we haven't played great since Christmas, but we said everyone's close in that table. You only have to go on a 5-game win streak, or you get a 10-game hot streak, and all of a sudden you're back in third again. So yeah, I'd give it a B, maybe a B+.
Yeah, what I mean,
I agree with that. Like from the start of the season, I think you said, would you take third and the cup final? Like, you'd snatch your hands off.
Yeah.
When you look at the teams in the league as well, they're all like established teams in Div 1.
I think one of I'll say it's not so much a surprise because they're doing a massive rebuild, is Billingham. They've got a very, very young team. A lot of them have come through the ranks. They've got a few of their seasoned players as well. But they're in many cases sort of shooting below what was expected of where they would normally be. But I mean, a couple of years ago, we played Whitley here in a D1, D2 promotion relegation game, which you were part of, weren't you, Ken?
Yeah.
And I mean, that was sort of like a first taster of what D1 hockey could really be like.
Yeah, that was. Like, especially going up to Whitley Bay as well, that was a tough game. But then I think when we were in Div 2, we played another cup competition with Div 1 teams.
We did, yeah.
To get like a taste of it.
I mean, that they were tough games as well, because we were playing Billingham,
Whitley.
I think
Solway were in it as
Might
well.
have been Solway, yeah.
Solway Sharks were in it.
Yeah.
Didn't we do a 2-legger against Solway at one point?
Yeah.
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 So, I mean, a number of the guys did get a feel for it, and it gave a lot of the fans a feel for what could happen. And I mean, I think everybody's sort of going, oh yeah, so-and-so will be whipping boys, so-and-so will be whipping boys. And then you look at the table, as I said, on Monday, it's one win between 7th and 3rd. You know, you can't ask for better, really.
No, I think that's what Stubbers just said is exactly right. Is that you get on a bit of a win streak, or you put a run of results together, especially with the way the table's turned out to be, is you can go from 7th to 3rd very quickly and very easily. Yes, Solway and Whitley have opened up a bit of a gap, and they're showing their qualities in that respect of just grinding out results and getting results in games where other teams are maybe it's dropping the other way. But at the end of the day, that's why we've got to stay focused on what we do and how we do it, and make sure what we do is the right way to make sure we come out on the end of them results. We didn't for 3 games, so we know we've got to put it right. The guys were disappointed, and rightly so. We could have won all 3 of them games, and maybe we should have won a couple of them at least. But for me, we've just got to make sure we get our heads down, work hard, and put them results behind us so we can go on another winning streak.
We're just waiting for Ken's goal streak, and then we're going to go on a heater.
It's on its way. It's due.
Well, we know.
You've been telling me that all year.
Well,
You
Ken
need
actually
to pass to me.
You scored one of the very first wild goals. If you go back to the archives online, it's
Black and white.
almost. It's not quite my black and white camera, but we're getting it's close. But Ken, thinking back to those very, very early days when you first came to Widnes and the team was built, did you genuinely expect, sort of looking back now, for the team to be the kind of entity that it is?
Back in the 90s, Ken.
With the way
back.
the fans are, the way the fans have stayed, the way the rink is still the way it is.
Yeah, it was the first few years. Maybe they weren't like as serious and professionally run as they are now. But each year on year, no, I don't think the first few weeks there was even a stand, was there? People just stood around the glass all the way.
But the way it grew.
Yeah,
and,
the way
it's sort of it grew steadily as well.
Yeah, like in the cup we had the streaming series, like just showed like the quality of players that we could bring in, like how big the club's actually got in such a short time.
Yeah, it was that way we could attract them.
Yeah,
and that you could see how much they genuinely were enjoying it here as well.
Yeah,
and
they just wanted to play hockey.
And they've gone on to, I mean, you look at the guys who came over who are part of the Leeds Knights team, and how well Leeds Knights are now doing this year. It's a good way that's been reflected on sort of, in a way, Leeds were performing below par in their first season. But
yeah, we give them a pedestal to.
Yeah, they springboarded.
They just wanted to come play with you, Ken.
Rubbed off on him.
Franchise player.
We'll sort of do a little bit of a diversion away from that sort of thing now. We'll start with Ken. And in terms of your hockey career, we never really asked you, when did you first start playing?
I started
1970.
Wooden sticks were about. When was it now?
73.
Under 14s at the old Altrincham ice rink.
Oh, crumbs.
Then I went to Blackburn, carried on playing junior there because Altringham's shut.
Yeah.
And then got to like that age where you don't want to play hockey anymore, just go out.
And then did you sort of like discover Amanda, and next thing you knew you were playing hockey again, or was it before that?
No, I was playing rec hockey in Blackburn before that, and then met Amanda, and then the rink opened here at Widnes, and then came across here.
And you've never looked back.
Yeah.
Oh, bless.
It's like we said before, and it's got to a point now. Ken could run for mayor in Widnes and he'd get it.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, yeah.
Stubbers, come to you now. When did you first start playing, and a little bit about how you got into playing.
Yeah, I started playing when I was 9. My dad used to take us to watch Stingrays when I was about 4, I think it was. Watched for a few years, and then started when I was 9. And
Stingray, crumbs. I must have been up in the crow's nest back then.
I might have even played.
Maybe you might have got a guest slot, I suppose.
No, I'm not that old yet.
I don't know. There's a couple of players who I remember who are now playing for. One's at Nottingham. One did play here for a little while, and they were mascots for Stingrays. And I'm not sure if they actually made it on as mascots for the Thunder. That shows how long back for the ones that.
Yep.
You know the ones I mean, don't you?
Yes. Yes. Trying not to remember that far back.
Yeah, but so you started off. So you're one of the Kingston Junior development people.
Yeah, I played all my juniors in Hull, and then played for the Pirates the first year. Went to Peterborough for a year when I was 17. Back to Hull, and now I'm here.
So, for those people who've come across Jonker's rules, I mean, there's at least 3 of us here who know Jonker, know him quite well through different guises.
Very much so.
Your impressions of the wonderful Jonker?
Great guy, and just taught us, if you need a wee on the ice, then you just do it there and then. You're not getting off. Just do it there and then. Yeah,
he was one of the people that my whole junior career that taught me how to play hockey from very first stepping onto the ice all the way through up until he retired. So he had a big impact on me and how I play hockey, how I see it, and to help me get to where I am today.
I was going to say, for yourself, with your career now, you're stepping up into coaching. I mean, I wonder, do you sort of have bits of Jonker in your head from time to time, and bits of Andy Daintith in your head, and all the other coaches who you've had? Yeah,
I think it's a mixture, obviously, between Jonker, Andy, the last few years that's been coaching me through Jets and everything, and as well as Roddy, and even my dad. Obviously, he coached a few years back as well, back in Hull. Putting all their experience and the knowledge that I've seen and how they have coached, and putting that together to hopefully do a good job here at Widnes.
I mean, I've mentioned it before. I mean, you've seen the success. You were on the other side of a lot of the success, as we've mentioned, in different guises, of course, as a whole Jet. And you've seen what's happened with both teams and how, particularly for the Jets, they all of a sudden had a big lull. Andy and co rebuilt the team. And then just accelerated through, particularly in the last season that Widnes and Hull were in D2, and quite rightly, deserved that title. And it must have been a massive lift for everyone.
Yeah, and again, that's just from the hard work, and that's testament to Roddy and Andy back in Hull. Obviously, congratulations as well for last weekend to them as well, winning the cup. And like you say, they've won the league, they've won a cup now. They're going from strength to strength. They've got a lot of young juniors coming through that system, like myself and Stubbers did at one point. They're still developing them kids, and that's a testament to them and what they're doing to allow these kids to have these opportunities to play in big games and develop themselves and hopefully push themselves further into the next stages of their career.
I mean, at one point we all breathed a sigh of relief here, didn't we, when we realised that I think it was yourself and a couple of the other lads hadn't actually signed for Hull at the start of the season, and we were all like, oh, phew. And then it's a case of Rich Haggar's re-signed for Hull. Oh, no word. We knew it's a case of all of a sudden there's a gear gone up here. But that's a testament to the quality of the players, such as yourself and likes of Kieran Beach, who's gone back to Hull for personal reasons and understandable.
Yeah.
I mean, Kieran was a massive asset to the Wild in both the streaming series and through the league while he was here. But it just shows that there are quality players such as yourselves out there who can cut it at umpteen levels at National League and probably even Elite League.
Don't forget the right-handed puck-moving defenseman Tom Brealey as well.
Oh yes. Old Tom himself.
He snaps it about time to time.
No, and you are right exactly in what you're saying, and it goes to show that there's guys out there that can play at all levels. Obviously, we've brought the likes of Stubbers, Wilcox, even Harrison, people like that we've brought in that have played higher levels than us guys have for the last few years, and seeing how they do things and the way they go about their game brings that level of experience that potentially some of us didn't have from playing D2 for a few years. And that's invaluable, especially when you play in these teams at this level, to have that experience, have that knowledge, and have their ability on the team as well. But it brings a lot to it.
I mean, one quick one just to say about a big change we had to pull in all of a sudden was when Harrison took the knock, and all of a sudden Evan Coles got the nod to have to go in partway through a game, and not only did a sterling job, but did a sterling job for several games as well. But from a coach and from the players' point of views, each goaltender plays a slightly different style of game, so you have to adjust as well, don't you?
Yeah, but again, Evan showed his qualities, shows that he's pushing Harrison. Everybody knows what Harrison's capable of, and he's shown that throughout this season. He is a top quality keeper. Evan's showing his chance and having that opportunity in them games. He'll get a few more chances as the season goes on. But yeah, as you say, each keeper plays differently, but we try and prepare the right way to ensure that it doesn't matter who's playing, who's on the ice, that everybody knows the role.
Right, yeah, well, I'm going to go a bit more recent history, since I've gone over the backstory, and something we've been asked to confirm. So obviously we know a lot of you guys travel together. I think by the look of the face here, he knows what's coming.
I know what's coming.
Oh, this came up in the last podcast, didn't it?
It's the biggest myth going.
So whenever you pull into a service station and someone goes on the coffee run, Mr. Stubbs, it's been... Well, acknowledge that you have short arms, deep pockets, and keep running off.
No, it is a huge myth.
Is that why you bought man on the way here then?
Oh yeah, I did actually.
He's righting a wrong.
Yeah, got
His
Richie.
first words when he walked in and he seen Ken's coffee was, "Did he get him one?"
Yeah, yeah. I got Richie a Timmy's on the way here, and Starbucks actually got in touch with me, offering me some shares in the company because I've got like the most points in the country. So I bought that many rounds this year. So I know it's come from Brio and Matt and
giving
Willie,
you a loyalty card.
I'm not going to grass anyone up, mate. But yeah, Wilcox as well.
I can nearly retire with the shares I've got now in Starbucks.
Other coffee companies are available, ladies and gentlemen. Other coffee companies are available.
No free ads.
Yeah, does Lloyd have shares in any of them? Have we got to plug them?
I don't know.
Just buy Starbucks now.
But yeah, that's one of the things though. Road trips, they are, there's one thing home games, but because you travel over from a number of the guys travel over from Hull. Home game, as we had with like Ollie and Mike Maher and the guys who came over from Sheffield. A home game is a road game, and then sometimes the road game's a home game. It's one of those weird things, but how do you feel about this now being the home?
Yeah, the Hull car's good because, as you say, it's quite far. It's probably a good hour and a half from where we meet, so you've got to enjoy it for a car journey that long. And we get home at tonight about 1 a.m. So,
ooh.
But time flies in the car, and we're just giving each other a bit of stick or whatever we're doing. It's a good laugh, and you kind of look forward to coming to training, even though it's going to be a late night.
Which one of the car chooses the tunes?
Oh, the DJ.
Yeah.
See, we've got this one in Matt's car when we go on the road on the weekend, but I literally don't know any of the songs because they're all from like 80s and they're really old. And I don't have a clue
top
about any of them.
Driving tunes.
Yeah.
Matt actually pushes my eclectic music concepts to beyond limits because he's got some bands that
I can imagine
have
him
asked
being
requests.
Heavy into like gangster rap with his car.
No, it's more.
Have you seen the new one?
I've not seen the new one. He's not mentioned.
Have you not heard yet?
He's not mentioned. He's got a Porsche.
I was actually racing at Alton Park on Tuesday, and he was sending me photos of the Porsche through.
He'll be listening, that's for sure.
Just picture like Joey on Friends when he had the Porsche.
Oh yeah.
No, the only thing with Matt is in the back of his car, me and Wilcox sit in the back and Brio sits in the front. And we usually stop for a McDonald's stop after the game. And the thing is with Wilcox, he gets this real dirty, like, Big Mac burger. Picks all, like, the gherkins out. Yeah, horrible.
Horrible food.
I just eat salad on the way back. Same. And he's, like, picking all the stuff out. And then he's put his greasy hands all over the back of Matt's Mercedes. And Matt's missus is not happy, so he's not allowed to do that in the Porsche, I don't think.
No.
Ruth is not happy.
No, I bet. Ruth, we understand, yes.
Speaking of not happy, have you seen what Hags, your missus, goes through watching you every week? So if you're having a bad game, she just constantly, it's going to be a long drive home.
Yeah.
Didn't know I had a bad game.
It's not your fault, Rich.
I must admit,
You're your guy.
Ailish has been quite a saint for you, I must admit. I mean,
that's why I put my headphones in, really.
Yeah, I don't. Who gets more snuggles from the dog, you or her?
Oh, dog's all mine. She doesn't have a choice.
Oh. I saw some recent photographs of you and the dog, and it's a case of, oh, bless.
Yep, he's all for me. She'll hate me for saying that, but he is.
Oh, so I mean, right, crazy road trips. Is there any tales you can say from a road trip that you can actually divulge without giving? You don't have to give any names away, but an antic from a road trip.
I don't think so.
Particularly bus trips. You know, there's the infamous ones occasionally where you'd have. Like you go into Scotland and you've got a player that doesn't realise, and they start saying about putting the passport and all this. Is there anyone that you've pulled any silly pranks on a road trip?
Not this year, I don't think.
I ain't actually been on the bus this year. I kind of missed the bus in some ways, but...
No?
No, I ain't really.
Do you just get chauffeured round by Lloyd? Is that what?
Yeah, that's it. And then I get quite a bit of stick because I don't drive to the thing because my car's too small. So it won't make it up the hill.
Yeah, he has got a hairdresser's car.
What have you got?
Yeah, it's the little A1. Don't laugh.
Little A1?
Yeah, it's blacked out.
It's even got eyelash. It's even got eyelashes.
I bet it does better than my little Mark 1 Fiesta used to.
Yeah.
No, from what I hear about the bus journeys, Mikey likes playing music too loud, so nobody gets to talk. From what I hear,
and no one wants to hear Mikey's music any much more than a dressing room.
Just put your headphones in and listen to your own.
Well, Mike, my thing is that Mikey's usually one of the last ones to turn up for the bus. Anyway, we've been sort of sending texts in the past, going, "Where are you, Mikey?" It's like, you're waiting to get the bus to over to Hull or to Bradford, and it's like, "Where are you?" It's like next thing, oh, there he is now. And of course, we all know the only way to get Mikey to do anything is make sure there's food.
Yeah, I don't know. He's like the skinniest guy I've ever seen, and he just eats. He's got a special Chinese box, hasn't he, or something? What is it? The Widnes Chinese box.
I used to sit next to him in the changing room, and he just used to come in off coaching, and there'd just be like a box of icing sugar and a spoon in it, and he'd just come in and just
sure it's icing sugar.
just eating icing sugar.
Dear.
I'm like, wow.
I've asked his mum, and she doesn't know how he does it either. He just eats rubbish.
Oh, like he'll turn up to a game midway through warm up, and he'll just walk past eating a hot dog or something.
Oh, we love him anyway. But yeah, that's Mikey for you. see Rich having a bit of a snigger at the side as well. Have you come across any? Well, from the teams that you both Rich and Tom have been at, have you had any other players who've had some unusual quirks? We've got Mikey, who's got his food quirks here. The man.
Kempy was staying on the ice as well.
Well, Kempy's got that one as well. I can understand because it's home ice and last player off has to be from the home team.
Even when you're flicking the lights on and off at him.
That wasn't me.
I think they do that to the other team.
It's the other team that turn the lights off, and I don't touch the lights.
I need to stay on with Kempy just in case.
Yeah.
In case someone batters him.
You've got to look after him. He's only a little guy, isn't he? But have you had any players who you found some unusual quirks? There must be some.
I think that like loads of people have like, I wouldn't say superstition, more like just routines. Like people do the same things every game, and you kind of just get used to it. Like people do the same things on warm up or before games. But I think one of the weirdest that I've heard. I wasn't actually at Hull this year. At that time, I was in Peterborough. Lee Bonner, who you'll probably know.
I know Lee Bonner. Yeah.
He used to like drink this. It was like drain cleaner, like 60% alcohol, like drain cleaner, like before the game, like just a shot of it. I think he got it off an import, but yeah.
Oh, that sounds probably like something you get off one of the imports, yeah.
No, probably the same. It's more people just have their own routines more than anything, and the same applies to a buses, warm-ups and stuff like that, is that everybody has a routine that they like to follow, whether it's home, away games, anything, so they're not as interesting as you'd like to hope sometimes, and it's more about routine, preparing yourself for a game and ready to go than anything else. As I say, in Mikey's case, it's more just blasting music out as loud as you possibly can.
That's true, yeah. I mean, there's been times, particularly after the game these days, with me being on top of the dressing room to do the announcing, and especially on Sunday, the game finishes and the entire roof that I'm stood on is just completely and utterly vibrating to the music from coming out the dressing room. No, well, there's reasons why I steer clear of the dressing room to try and get a post-match interview. One is the fact my nostrils and my eyes burn.
Did you see Brio without a shirt on?
No.
No, TJ.
No, sadly, that has occurred. When I think the odd time I have been in the dressing room to get a post-match interview in the past.
Not seen
it's why
the calendar on the wall.
Yeah, it's why I've not been to Bradford on the away game for a while, because you stand over the top of the box and oh god, spend the whole game with your eyes watering.
Well, I've got to ask the two of you then. Ken, you can do a quick one on this. Rinks you love, rinks you hate. Come on. There must be a quick one from me.
I like Whitley Bay. It's like an old barn type rink. I like stuff like that. Obviously, the boards and the glass isn't the best. Or like Solihull's not the best because it's netting.
Yeah. Oh, I think Richard's about to fall off his chair laughing. Come on, Rich. You go next.
That's from Ken's era, isn't it? From when he was a kid. Good old Solihull and Whitley Bay rinks. That's what he played on all his career.
He'd be going back to the old Durham rink with the pole in the middle next.
No, I'm glad I didn't play there. I guess for me, the ones that stand out was probably playing here in front of a full house and stuff like that. That it's good rink to play at. Rinks you don't particularly like. It's always a bit of an odd shape, to be fair. The ice is perfect, the boards are great, but the way the blue lines are and everything, it's just a strange shape and one that's hard to get used to. It's the first time I played there this year. And then, I don't know, probably Solihull's the other one. It's not a bad rink, but without glass and stuff, it's not the greatest. Yeah, it's not the greatest to play at.
I was going to say, I miss D-side with the netting. You always got the spectator poking their head through, getting absolutely took out.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, Stubbers, didn't you make a friend in Solihull this year?
Oh, yeah. Some guy was going to take me out in the car park in Solihull.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
That's making friends.
You were going to have a dance, so to speak.
Yeah.
So...
I just grabbed Jay. I was like, Jay, I'll just skate behind you.
So rinks you love and hate then?
Rinks love and hate. I quite like big rinks. I love Hull, to be fair. Big, good ice, Olympic size, Sheffield.
Yeah.
Rinks I don't like, complete opposite to Ken, Whitley. Like no one wants to go to Whitley. It's cold, small. They're gonna come out flying at you.
I was going to say, mate, it's an ice rink. They're all cold.
Oh yeah.
Well, in terms of quirky rinks, I mean,
I don't know. Actually, Bracknell is like the hottest ice rink in the world.
But, in terms of the quirky, our favourite quirkiest rink's got to be Bradford.
Yeah.
I mean, you've played there. You must have done.
Yeah. Bradford. To be fair, I kind of forgot. Like, just pushed down my head.
Blackpool. Did you ever play at Blackpool?
No. Bad.
Did you play there?
No, that's before my era too.
Oh, it's not.
Is that in the 90s?
No.
I just love at Bradford they have they have the big bar with the plexiglass.
Yeah.
And so you could just literally watch the game in the bar with the plexiglass side watching it.
It's the fact that when they get the Zamboni in and out, they've got to crane it in.
Oh, yeah, it goes in about
there's one even worse than that. You know, like, have you heard of Grimsby? Like,
Tractor.
That's actually Brealey's. Brealey's stomping ground, playground, That's where he learned his trade. And they've got a tractor with a finger.
Apparently they've got a Zamboni now.
Oh yeah, Brio said that actually.
Yeah, but it's the one. Apparently it's a rink where you can take slap shots from your own goal line.
Yeah, the Zamboni's a micro machine though.
I don't think. Wilcox's slap shot wouldn't reach the other side. I don't think so, even at Grimsby.
Oh dear. So right, players now. I've already briefed Ken on a couple of these questions, but you two are going to be dropped straight in it. So Ken's had a bit of forewarning. Right. A player that you always think, oh no, I don't want to have to come up against this guy. You know, it can be for anyone from the past, from your juniors or anything. You just knew that it was going to be messy, scrappy for you to play against them when you came up against them. Any ideas?
You can go, Richie.
Some people mention players like, you know, a big hefty, D-man or a big strong forward or whatever. Who do you think might be sort of one of those players that you think, oh no, I just don't want to have to go on the ice with his line?
To be fair, it wasn't a player itself. For me, it was probably Bouncy when we used to have to play against him in juniors, just trying to score past him.
That's fair enough.
My forte, but as I say, it used to be always playing Sheffield, trying to score past Bouncy was probably one of my difficult ones.
I'd say Frankie Bakalik, who used to play in.
I know Frankie.
Milton Keynes one year. Did you? Right. So when I was like 16 playing pool, it was the first year of the Pirates, and I was playing on D there, and we lost like 10-3 or something. Like MK were like stats, and I think I went -7 on the game.
Yeah. No, I remember seeing Frankie Bakalik when he was brought in the country because he played for Hull first.
Yeah. He was, and then he moved his way around in teams. But yeah, they had like Bakalik, like Bobby Chamberlain.
Bobby Chamberlain.
Lewis Hook was there, like a stats. Yeah, it's a tough night.
I played against him.
Come on then, Ken. Who's your players that you don't like to play against?
I don't know if it's a particular player, but like teams, like a Solihull, you'll go down there and think, it's going to be like a physical game, and like don't like going in corners, me. or
notice me
on the ice.
Oh.
No, but like players like Kerry Doyle.
Yeah.
You know that if you dropped your head or something, they're going to be on you.
Yeah.
And like drop you, just batter you.
I mean, my opinions of Perry Doyle have actually changed over the years because I remember him when he was a much dirtier player.
He's a really nice guy.
But I've actually seen, he has actually, someone's given him a good hit.
Yeah.
He'll come up and give him a proper, a touch gloves and go, respect. That was clean. If it's a genuinely clean hit, and that's when you start seeing the fact that he'd matured so much.
Yeah.
So we just kept him quiet up here, giving him cake
and sweeties.
They used to literally bring a cake in just for Perry, just to put in the penalty box.
Yeah.
I'd keep him sweet as well, to be fair.
But, right. Okay. We'll come to Ken first on this one, and you two can have a quick think. Right. Think of players that you'd like to have on the same line as you. And now these can be players you've seen, played alongside, played against, and you can even throw an NHLer in. And you can move position as well. So if you're, as forward, you can play D, just so that you get the players you want on your line. Come on then, Ken. You've had a chance to think about this one.
Perry Doyle to look after me, so I could be mouthy.
Well, there's one.
So I could cheer people.
Yeah, there's one. Who else would you have?
Big pass there.
I've got to do a full line.
Yeah, full line. Yeah. Goalie +5.
Tom Stubley just to distract people.
Well, goalie +4.
Skating everywhere. Like his public skating. Jazz hands.
Barrel rolls.
Yeah. NHL. I don't really watch NHL.
Well, no, it doesn't have to be an NHL. It can be any players.
I don't have a team.
Any players.
Like Ovi, obviously.
Oh, there you go.
Look, we'll go short-handed.
What about a goalie? Who would you have as a goalie?
No, actually. Probably Harrison.
Oh
God. You're going to concede so many goals.
He's sweetening up Harrison there.
Going to have to watch this, an old man sweetening up a young man.
Phil Pearson as well, because he'd be angry that I've not said him.
I'll tell you actually who I did nearly get run over by the other week, who used to be here and we've not seen for ages, who fit in that. Good old Pav.
Pav?
Oh, I've seen him.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was riding his bike to work, just sort of, still like me blinking played hockey. He doesn't say anything until he's hit you and then apologises as he goes past.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Rich will know about playing against Pav Vallas. I mean, what when you had to try play against Pavel Valles, I mean, the guy could twist and turn, couldn't he?
Yeah, just dump it and let Beach chase was the tactic.
we noticed.
That was part of our team talk. Haggar and Beach were playing.
Yeah. Well, actually, there was a game I saw. I think it was D-side Hull. You guys all went short benched, and you were taking them to task. And I just watched some of the highlights back and went, yeah, they've done exactly what I thought. Put Kieran Beach high, and next thing you were just splitting through the defence. But the tactic worked. But so, come on, some of the players that you'd like to have on your line.
I'm going to be impartial being coach, so I'm going to go with NHLers.
Well, you can have one NHLer. Oh. You've named your goalie because you can have Bouncy. Because you hate playing against him.
I'll stick with that. He's obviously stood out and done what he's doing.
Yeah.
Class act, always has been. Defence, probably. I'll go with my NHL guy. It has to be Kyle McCarr.
You stole him. He's on my team.
Yeah. Oh, you can still have him.
You'd have to have him. I'm going to go with Stubbers alongside him.
Yes.
Just so you can show him how to snipe.
Best plus minus ever. Yeah.
It's a loving.
It's also so he can show you around a lovely rented apartment.
I always said him so he can buy me Starbucks.
Just no larges, only mediums.
Forwards. Difficult one. I guess I'll have to stick with Beecher. I've played with him for like forever, so known him so long. We knew our games inside out. And then I guess on the only other person on the other side, probably one of the best passers I've ever come across in Matty Davis. The puck.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Great hands, great ability. Just had a vision to pick out anybody. Luckily enough, I got to play with him all through juniors.
Yeah, I mean, I remember Matty. All of a sudden, everything just clicked for Matty Davis, and he never looked back.
Yeah.
So Stubbers.
Right. I'm going to take Wilcox and Brealey on D. Because their plus minus needs a bit of a boost. So they're struggling at the minute. So we're gonna have McDavid down the middle.
Oh,
He's
just made it.
Does that
Who
put
can
me
we have
on
on the
bench?
wings? Yeah, Ken's going left wing.
Ooh.
Just so
I'll
he's on
take
his one time aside from McDavid. and then who can we have on the other side?
I just like the way he's giving the lads in D abuse when the most points he's got this season is from Starbucks.
I've got a lot of points then.
Ref.
I'll take
56 assists.
Oh,
Stubbs, you're on the bench.
you're using the Mimi approach, aren't you? Me, I want an assist.
That was actually Greavesy on Sunday. Literally grabbed the ref and was screaming to put his number in.
We can have on the right. We'll have Marshan just for like the X factor, like giving people abuse, like just making it a bit interesting.
Oh,
You coaching them?
And then I'm up in the stands.
Who's your goalie?
Who's my goalie? I don't know. Let's have the king, Lundqvist. We'll have him.
Oh,
we're bringing him out of retirement.
So yeah, it's one of those ones where you can get some interesting lineups. So yeah, we'll be working on a few of them with the rest of the team as well. Because now you've done some Instagram stuff as well, sort of get to know people. So we're not trying to let those out of the bag early. They'll come out in due course.
Man was a tough one.
Oh.
Boxer shorts.
So in terms of sort of any antics with the in the dressing room and any pranks, has anyone been the prankster this year in the dressing room, or would you rather not say?
Yeah.
I can name one, but it ruins the prank.
Not the prank, but who's the prankster then?
Well, no, I can't say who the prankster is, but but we've got. All I will say is we've got a bell.
Okay. Okay, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
We did come in once as well, and whose kit was like taped to the ceiling and
I know
all
how
over
to
the
play that.
place. I think that was partly Rich. But yeah,
TJ's it was.
TJ, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's all right. He's tall enough to pull it down.
Well, he started it and it didn't end well for TJ. Let's put it that way.
There's some ice in a shoe, wasn't there? And then
Yeah. He started it with Jay, and Jay finished it.
Oh,
Jay
wow.
took it to the next level.
But we have that banter in the changing room. It's good to have.
Have any of you ever had the sellotape on your blades?
No, we tried that though.
Yeah, we did try, but you kind of know it's coming.
I mean, somebody's just had 5 rolls in the kit bag.
People just chuck them in a kit bag like half rolls and just
Yeah, we've just found all our lost leg tape in Stubber's bag just before this.
Well, in terms of I'll do the Crystal Maze question then. Kenny knows this one. So you've done it's with the current squad. This is the current squad. Who do you sacrifice your crystal for, and who don't you sacrifice a crystal for? So who do you get out?
What's
the crystal? You've got these games you play, and they have to take so long, and then if you don't complete it or you don't get out, you get locked in the room. And when you get to the end of it, you can use a crystal to buy a member of your team out of their locked-in room.
It's not that old a TV program.
It isn't. It's been back on
it's
recently.
Not that old.
Not now. So, who would you sacrifice your crystal for?
Probably Chris Wilcox because.
Oh.
No, he's
sounds
quite mature. He's probably the maturest on the team.
Oh.
So you get a tough question, he'd have it.
Yeah. And
everyone else.
Who'd you leave behind?
Kieran Furlong.
Yeah. Kieran. Oh,
yeah.
Poor
the
Kieran.
Straight in.
Straight away.
I thought you were going to mention the boy himself, little Tej.
TJ.
Yeah.
Oh, he's quite
You can't because he's a ginger like you, aren't you?
quite a physical guy.
He's only.
Athletic.
Stubbers.
I'll give it to Rich because I can't think.
No. Oh.
I'm thinking.
Well, then what's the first one?
So who'd you sacrifice a crystal for? Who'd you buy out?
I don't know. I'll go with Jay because he's been everywhere with me.
I suppose. And who'd you leave behind? Say, oh no.
That's harsh. I can't do that one.
What? No, you can do it from
Myself.
this point. Tell him to leave you behind.
Yeah, part of the team.
Oh, that's very modest of you.
Yeah, I'll leave myself behind so they can all go as a team. There we go. I'll take one for the team.
Oh, true coach.
No, you can't steal that one, Stubbers.
Come on then, Stubbers.
I'm gonna buy in Brio.
So Brio gets out.
Brio gets out, yeah.
So who'd you leave?
So I'm leaving behind. I have to agree with Ken. I think Furlong.
Oh, poor Kieran.
Yeah.
He's doing so well as well. Oh, we love him anyway. We do.
Something like that.
I'm really surprised that TJ's really got away unscathed on this one.
Well, he'd be second.
Yeah, Mikey probably.
Oh yeah. Well, no, Mikey just eats his way out.
He'd run out of time.
He'd just find something to eat. Knowing Mikey, he would find something to eat. I actually the other week I came here and I'd managed to got some chockies and stuff in the shop before I got here. I'd just put them on the counter before one of the junior games, and who walks past the sin bin area as I'm setting up is Mikey, and he just looks in, sees them, and next thing this hand just goes woof. I went, oi, give them back, and he's like, grease lightning.
Yeah, well, the other week, I mean, you guys might not know, we have sweets in the away penalty box all the time, and it keeps everyone quiet when they go in.
I stay out of the box.
Especially like racing.
Brio's had loads of them.
You're a good boy, aren't you?
Yeah, the other week it was as they were coming off the ice, hand just came in, turned around, it was Cal Ruddock.
Callum.
He was back in, nicking more sweets.
I mean, it must be weird playing against players like Lee Pollitt and Callum Ruddock. You know, you've played alongside them, particularly Callum because he was here for a long time.
Known him for years, but like when you're on the ice, you forget it.
Yeah. So I mean, it was weird for me actually. You know, Blackburn scored, and that's when I was number 19, Callum Ruddock. And like, Callum getting a goal.
His eyes were shut. And it did deflect.
I was going to say, he never did that for us, did he? It was all penalty minutes.
He got a few. It was rare. He got a few. But yeah. Anyway, Stubbers, you managed to pop an empty netter in at the weekend as well.
Yeah, I was getting a bit of grief from Wilcox about that, saying I get the easy ones.
Oh.
What was the tapping?
Yeah.
Everything counts. That's the
it.
key
They
thing.
don't ask how.
I mean, Nottingham as a team, they were actually didn't stop, did they?
No, they didn't. They didn't. To be fair, they give us the runners right to the end. They've got some decent young kids, to be fair, and they don't stop skating. So, and they've already upset one team this year. So I think they'll get another one before the end of the year.
Their 23 is really good.
Yeah, Yokoyama, isn't he? Yeah. I mean, he's very fast. I mean, in terms of
Don't know. I reckon I could score one after the buzzer.
Personally, I think I'd hit the post.
I'm taking the 5th on that one.
Mighty Ducks an inch the other way.
But yeah, sort of to round things off, as we have just realised we are running out of time. The guys have got to get off to training. Just some final thoughts for the coming weekend. Then we'll start with Stubbers. Just sort of feeling good.
Yeah. Feeling good again this weekend. Finally got that win, first win of 2022. So Solway on Sunday. And,
House sale on Saturday.
House sale on Saturday. yeah. House viewing Saturday morning. But yeah, hopefully, we'll give Solway another good game because we've given them a good couple of games this season so far.
Ken, from you to everyone.
Well, we beat them before, so why not beat them again? Might be top of the league, but
simple. And final words from Rich.
I think we've just got to keep improving. Now we've got a lead up for these games, and we've got to keep doing what we're doing. We're getting better week in, week out. We've already shown we can beat them, and as Ken said, no reason why we can't do it again this season.
I mean, it is a big test, and we want as many extra voices down here to cheer everyone on, get that noise going, get the pressure back in this cauldron of a barn, which it is. I mean, that's one thing you can say about. I mean, you guys have played different games here, and we've had playoffs and big games, and the noise in this barn, it can be immense.
And I know, because obviously working behind the scenes, I know everyone behind the scenes at Wild is really working hard at the minute to try and fill it, get it back to where we were pre-COVID.
Yeah. And all we can say is, come back. If you haven't been down for a while, come back. It's very airy. It's still as homely and happy as ever. We want to see as many people out down here this weekend, don't we, guys?
Yeah, keep coming, keep cheering us on. We'll put on a show for you, and we'll hopefully bring home some more wins for you.
So, I think we're about out of time. So, Andy, I'll just say, Tom, Rich, Ken, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Andy, thanks again.
Yeah, I always sneak in, mate. They can't keep the doors locked.
And hopefully we'll be able to get another one in sometime during February, and then a couple more towards the end of the season. So, on behalf of everyone here, thanks, and ta-ra.